I want to start with a frustration that I know everyone listening has probably felt.
Well, yeah.
So just recently, I was trying to track this major album drop, an indie artist I absolutely love.
Okay.
And they had, a link on X, a different link in their Discord, and then the time 3 p.m. was buried in some obscure Instagram story.
Of course it was.
So guess what happened? I missed it. And not because I didn't care, but because I lost the crucial link in all that chaos. Then I realized my 3.0 p.m. wasn't their 3.00.
Time zone issue. It
Yeah.
always gets you.
Exactly. I felt like I wanted to be there, to be early, and the internet was just actively working against me.
And that experience right there, that is the perfect summary of the crisis of discovery in the modern digital economy.
Mm-hmm.
The friction isn't between the creator and the fan.
No.
It's between the amazing thing they're launching and this just scattered, fragmented digital world we live in.
Well,
We have infinite content, but zero unified radar.
Right. We're all trying to catch lightning in a bottle, a new NFT drop, a critical app launch, a one-time X space. But we spend half our energy just fighting the information overload to find the front door.
So that's our mission for this deep dive.
Mhm.
We're looking at a platform built specifically to solve this. We're looking at Cyberfy.
That's Cyberfy.
Yep. And we've gone through the sources to understand not just what it does, but the philosophy behind it and how it's trying to change how we interact with digital time itself.
And this isn't some niche thing. If you're a creator, an artist, a founder, a Web3 builder, or if you're just that die-hard fan who wants to be first, this is vital.
Looking at the sources, they make this really striking claim about the core problem.
What's that?
They argue that the real enemy for creators isn't a lack of talent or effort, it's discovery. They have this fantastic quote,
Oh, yeah.
"Art isn't dead, discovery is broken."
Wow, that really hits. It speaks directly to the reality of the algorithm, doesn't it? We're all at the mercy of these opaque systems that are constantly shifting.
And even if you master one algorithm, you're still spread so thin. You're posting on X, hosting a LinkedIn audio event, meeting in some metaverse space.
All promoting in these little silos.
Exactly. Amazing things are happening everywhere, all the time, but there's no single reliable what's live signal. It's just chaos.
Okay, let's unpack this then. If discovery chaos is the enemy, how does Cyberfy act as the solution? I mean, what is it fundamentally trying to do?
It's simple, really.
Yeah.
It aims to be the single place to announce anything digital from the mountaintop. It's about consolidating the signal.
And when they say anything digital, the sources are clear. They mean, well, everything.
They do.
NFT drops, sure, but also album releases, art drops, app launches, website launches, and crucially, these new spaces, metaverse events, X spaces, LinkedIn spaces.
Yes, and the core idea is to turn all those scattered moments into what the source material calls signals.
Signals.
These signals get centralized, they're easy to share, they get a clean landing page, and they have that all-important piece of the puzzle, a universally accurate countdown ticker.
So before we get into the weeds on features, I have to play devil's advocate here.
Go for it.
A calendar is just a calendar, right? Why can't a Google invite or a simple email newsletter do this? What makes a dedicated platform necessary?
That's a critical question.
Yeah.
And I think the difference is in the culture it builds and the friction it removes.
How so?
A Google invite, well, it relies on the creator having everyone's email, and it's for one drop. Cyberfy is meant to replace that whole messy ecosystem, the scattered group chats, the bad links, the time zone confusion. It's a hub fans choose to follow.
So it's a move from just sharing an invite to creating a consolidated single source signal hub.
That's the key.
To really get the platform, you have to understand the person who built it. This wasn't some VC firm chasing a trend. We're talking about the founder, Stilo World.
Stilo, yeah.
And his background is so interesting. He's a builder, a musician, a world maker, a community host. He didn't just spot a gap in the market.
No, he was living the problem. The mission was to bring calm to the chaos that he was personally dealing with every day.
And there's real proof of this. Cyberfy actively sponsors and supports the Dope Stilo Music Club, particularly their Super Wednesdays.
We should pause on that for a second.
Yeah.
These aren't just little Zoom calls. These are weekly, immersive metaverse music gatherings. He's been building this community with incredible consistency for years. It's proof that the spatial internet is real when people actually show up.
So he's not just selling an idea. He's building the tool he needs to keep his own community going.
Precisely. And that context really informs his entire philosophy on Web3, which the sources describe as grounded, not hype.
Right. He has a very pragmatic view of the tech itself.
Almost dismissive, you could say. He's got that one quote that just cuts through everything.
How to say it again?
Blockchain is just a calculator, and he applies that to everything.
Hmm.
Bitcoin is a calculator. Solana is a calculator.
Okay, let's dig into that, because that really flies in the face of the maximalist view. If it's just a calculator, why bother with it? Why not just a regular old database?
Because the calculation working is all that matters. The tech is secondary to the culture it enables. As long as the calculation works, the ecosystem is alive.
Okay.
From this perspective, the true power of Web3 isn't technical decentralization. It's that culturally, discovery becomes, well, it becomes relationship-driven.
So the shift isn't about the code, it's about the culture.
That's it.
Yeah.
If you stop relying on the big, opaque algorithm of a giant platform, discovery goes back to genuine connections, to community trust, to collaboration. It's about showing up.
And that taps right into that diehard fan mentality, doesn't it? Fans don't just want the content. They want the status of being early. First to hear the song, first to see the art, first to join the space.
And this platform just makes that easier. It simplifies the act of showing up so the audience can live by that mantra, be there first. It shifts the focus from just consuming to actually participating.
So if the vision is all about being relationship-driven, let's look at the actual mechanics. How does the product itself help people be there first? The sources mentioned some recent updates.
Yeah, they've really focused on refining the experience, getting rid of those little friction points. For instance, they've updated the calendar view, made it expandable, cleaner, and they've added featured places to visit.
Which lets creators submit their own metaverse spaces, right? Broadening the definition of a drop.
Exactly.
Okay, but what about the creator experience? What's it like building a drop?
It's all about speed and visual impact. They recently upped the limit, so you can upload up to 5 images for an event.
That's a pretty big deal.
It is. It lets the creator tell more of a story, show off different aspects of a release, and really enrich that landing page. It's about a richer signal.
And the event types are extensive, and they've streamlined the time input, little things that just reduce errors.
Right, and you can still specify the tech, that an album is dropping on the Solana blockchain or being hosted in an X space.
Why is that detail important? If the tech is just a calculator, why does the fan care?
Because for that core, die-hard fan, those technical details are part of the culture. It builds trust. It tells the early adopter exactly where they need to have their wallet ready or what platform to have open. It keeps the signal clean.
Which brings us directly to the biggest pain point for any global community time.
The ultimate logistical nightmare.
Yeah. My story from the top. How does Cyberfy actually solve the time zone issue?
This is probably its most mission-critical feature. Okay. They built a dedicated, really robust time zone converter right into the platform.
So what does that look like for the user?
It just removes all the guesswork. A creator sets the time in their local zone, say 3 p.m. Eastern. The platform then dynamically displays that time for every single person who views it in their local time.
So I see 12 p.m. Pacific, and someone in Japan sees 5 a.m. the next day.
Instantly. No math required. It makes showing up globally precise.
That's a huge friction reducer.
And they've applied that same logic to consistency. For creators doing recurring stuff weekly shows, monthly drops, they've maximized the recurring event limits.
So you can schedule things out for, what, months at a time?
You can set a weekly event for up to 12 weeks or monthly for up to 6 months. It gives creators a serious runway without having to do a bunch of data entry every single week.
That allows for some serious long-term planning.
And here's a really cool nuanced detail that supports the community side of things.
Okay.
Creators can enter a custom episode number. So for a long-running series, like the Dope Stelo Music Club, which is past episode 2007,
wow.
The platform acts as both a calendar and a persistent, trackable archive of the series.
All right, so we found the event, the time is correct, the creator has committed to consistency, but there's still the final hurdle, just remembering.
And that's where the notification ladder comes in.
The notification ladder.
Yep. It's a system that makes sure the discovery works by leveraging commitment bias. Once you subscribe to a signal, the platform guides you to that moment.
Okay, walk me through the steps. How many touch points are there?
There are 5. First, you get that welcome email or notification when you subscribe. It confirms your commitment.
Step 1.
Step 2, a notification on the day of the event. Step 3, the 24-hour reminder, which lets you plan your day. Step 4 is the 1-hour out notification. The final call.
And the last one.
The moment it goes live. The immediate signal to click the link and be there.
5 chances to show up. It's an engineered sequence to make it almost impossible to miss something you actually wanted to see. That's not just scheduling, that's readiness enforcement.
Exactly. And now that we've covered how it works today, let's look ahead. Because the platform isn't static.
So its future evolution ties back to that core idea of relationship-driven discovery.
That's right. They're looking to formalize the status you earn by consistently showing up. The sources tease an upcoming point system.
A points system.
Yeah, one that directly rewards users for time spent and engagement on the platform. Tangible, measurable recognition for your dedication.
And that would feed into what? Profile pages and badges?
Precisely. This is how a genuine, community-earned reputation will emerge. Instead of a platform granting you a blue check based on some opaque algorithm.
Your status is earned through your presence, through your participation.
It's a fascinating turn. We're moving from status based on vanity metrics, like likes and follows, to status based on commitment and loyalty.
Which creates a kind of virtuous circle, I'd imagine.
It does. Creators are incentivized to post consistently because the audience is actively rewarded for engaging. The relationship becomes more valuable for both sides.
And knowing Stilo, knowing his background as world maker, I'm guessing the future plans go beyond just some profile badges.
Oh, absolutely. The sources hint at evolving this into Web3 mechanics. Things like minting your reputation on-chain, maybe trading features, new community governance mechanics. Anything is possible.
So the end goal is that your history of participation, of being there first, becomes its own form of capital.
That's the takeaway. Your consistent presence isn't just a feeling anymore. It becomes a traceable, valuable asset in that community's ecosystem.
This has been a really compelling deep dive. We've gone from the initial frustration of digital chaos to a single platform that's really focused on human connection and accurate signaling.
It just offers a genuine alternative for anyone who feels overwhelmed by the noise.
So to wrap it all up,
To synthesize it, yeah, Cyberfy really does bring calm to the chaos. It turns the fragmented web into a focused place of discovery. It's all powered by that key functionality like the time zone converter and the notification ladder that just strips away the friction.
so that presence, showing up, can become the main way we discover things.
Which brings us to our final provocative thought for you to think about.
Let's hear it.
If the future of discovery relies on points and badges and this relationship-driven attendance, and if this platform makes showing up so easy, what if the act of consistent presence becomes more valuable than the content itself? When status is earned just by sustained presence, what kind of new creator status will emerge from the simple ability to be there week after week, episode after episode?
That is a powerful idea to explore, the value of sustained attention itself. So if you're a creator, we invite you to post your next launch. If you're a fan, register, subscribe for free. Start being early.
Don't miss the next signal.
Register, subscribe, and stay early at cyberfy.fun. Cyberfy your drop, your song, your space, your event. Stay early.